Toubkal, how to climb Morocco's Atlas Mountains in a weekend. I'm sitting on the roof terrace of a beautiful, historic riad just inside the walls of Marrakech's world-famous Medina. My legs are beyond dead, my body cries out for bath and bed, my mind is blown. Beyond the front door, one of the planet's most unique cities is alive with sounds, sights, and smells, and night is a chaotic scene of snake charmers, monkey handlers, spice sellers and all. Such exoticisms are of no interest, though. The only thing I want to do is close my eyes and relive the last 2 days. Along with 7 other souls I now consider real friends, including our guide, this wretched body has just returned from dragging itself up and down 13,671 feet of valley, hill, cliff, and mountainside, passing remote Berber settlements, historic shrines, and pain thresholds along the way. Summiting Mount Toubkal, the highest peak in both the Atlas Mountains and North Africa, is an achievement that's impossible to countenance, yet definitely doable with no previous experience thanks to Much Better Adventures, which specializes in short but stunning expeditions into the wilds. The idea is to tackle bucket lists without people having to take much time off work. For me, this means a long weekend of staggeringly epic proportions, so here are 10 things you need to know about the greatest 3-day trip you're likely to take. In spring, the mountain itself is still snow-capped, but the powder harder to walk on than in the colder months, when the elements can be more ferocious. Summer, meanwhile, offers much warmer weather, but heat replaces freezing winds or melting ground is the major challenge. Whichever season appeals, the absolute minimum you should take is a warm hat and gloves, genuinely waterproof windbreaker, robust hiking trainers or boots with high ankles, several pairs of thick socks, thick underwear, breathable, and ideally sweat-absorbing, walking t-shirts, comfortable trousers, waterproof over trousers, more than one winter jumper, and a torch with a battery pack. Saturday morning starts with a 2-hour drive from Marrakech to reach the start point, Imlil, which is the sort of place where photo opportunities come as standard. Beneath a covering of trees, buildings whisper rural Morocco, men guide donkeys up steep roads, handmade rugs blow in the gentle breeze. Life is low here, and there's plenty to soak up, so get soaking at your own pace. Next is the smaller settlement of Round, the last real village en route, where homes hang perilously on the side of ravines, random cars make their way along dusty cliff tracks, and locals stand in shady doorways offering nods of encouragement to those heading for higher ground. Not having a camera would be a crime. After a round, it's quite literally all uphill. A rocky plain indicates what's to come. Once a lush valley until a flood ripped the vegetation away. Even on this comparatively flat surface the going is difficult because the ground is so uneven. The views are stunning, though, with a glimpse of snow in the distance and verdant green agricultural terraces flanking us to the right, adding to the feeling this is now the route less traveled. A handful of shacks act as seasonal bases for shepherds and farmers around Sidi Chamharich, a small shrine nestled amongst huge rock formations alongside a river. The landscape has already become imposing, making for a genuinely unique spot to rest beneath the canvas canopy and enjoy the flatbreads, fresh salad, lamb tagine, and fried mackerel delivered to us by mules. Ahead you can see Toubkal, now a daunting edifice making the preceding hike look like a Sunday stroll. Post-feed the flat sections become less frequent and the temperature more difficult to judge, so it's a relief when an alpine-style refuge, our base camp, finally appears on the horizon. A weather-beaten stone sanctuary, it's the only sign of human life across a panorama that makes you feel truly insignificant. Watching night close in from the entrance is a gripping natural drama, the mood of the place suddenly changing from rural hostel to essential safe haven. Retreating back inside, sodden socks are hung by a log fire that makes shadows dance on wood beams. More hearty stewed meats are served, with accompanying mint tea, before the generator powers down and the last real light anyone here will see until dawn vanishes. Every room plunges into complete darkness, so I'm grateful my clothes have already been carefully organized and positioned for the blackest of mornings to follow. The alarm goes off at 4:15 a.m., and if it weren't pitch black in the room I'd be able to see my own breath. I'm told the next stages are killer, a climb of around 3,000 feet up the kind of slopes many would prefer to ski down. More intimidating still, we're off well before daybreak, so it's